welcome to my YouTube channel. What's he up to now? Smash that subscribe button, and if you like this video, give it a like, share it with someone else that might like it. It really helps me and my channel out. I really appreciate it. Well, without further ado, let's see what he's up to now.
Hey guys, how's it going? Well, anyway, what's he up to now? I decided amongst recipes, doing music videos, wildlife, cooking, I want to tell some stories. And hold on a second, give me a second. Oh, got a slight breeze. Let's see if I get this sucker going. Whoa. Alright. Oh. Anyway, I wanted to tell some stories. Well, for my kids, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, great-great-great-grandchildren, who aren't born yet, but I do have children and grandchildren. I have 4 grandchildren that I know of, a couple daughters. So, for the great-great-grandchildren, back in the old days, we used to take pictures. And then we used to have what we call photo albums. This is a photo album. And we would put pictures inside that we took. We'd have to bring them to a store to get them developed. And that's what you could see your grandparents and your father and your uncles and stuff or whatever. You could document by taking pictures, having the film developed, and then you'd share it and sit around and look at the pictures. And nowadays we got social media, so we don't need that. Nowadays we have YouTube and other venues to share our life stories with. So I decided I'm going to do a photo book thing. I'm going to tell weird but true stories that's happened to me in my life before I go away. And so I wanted to share some of this with you. And so this is for right now. This is to Megan, Kayla, Kiara, Connor, Amilla, Rashid. Those are my daughters and grandchildren, and I don't have no great-grandchildren yet, but this is for you as well. Your grandpa's name was Michael Pelkey, and I want to tell you some stories. And I believe I have a guardian angel looking out for me for several reasons, but the first stories I want to tell you about are stories of falling. One of my earliest memories of falling were some dreams I had when I was very young. And I would dream that I was falling, and contrary to belief, you know, you don't always wake up before you hit the ground. Because every dream I had of falling, I hit the ground. And they say if you hit the ground, you die. Well, I'm here still to prove that you can dream of falling, hit the ground, and don't die. But I know exactly what it feels like to fall and hit the ground and die. Because in my dreams, I hit the ground and I died. Then I woke up after I hit the ground. Now, if you dream you're falling, do my research, it could mean like you have social anxiety, unstable situation in life, but you don't normally die if you hit the ground in a dream. But if you did, who would know? If you died because you fell to the ground in a dream, who would know? I mean, it's possible you were so scared that your heart went arrhythmic, and from adrenaline, it's possible to die from hitting the ground because you were so scared. But who would never know? Because if you died that way, you can't tell them you died that way. So when I had my dreams of falling, it felt like I was on the biggest roller coaster you could imagine, and I would come screaming down, and I'd be falling for quite a while of the roller coaster feeling, and then BAM! It was like all the wind instantly knocked out of my chest, instantly black, peaceful, and then I wake up. So it wasn't so bad of a death, I guess, if you fell from a high enough height that you didn't survive it. It was pretty painless. It was just like instantaneous. So I had a lot of those dreams. Now I want to tell you about my first situation where I actually fell and I was okay. When I was very young, my parents and my brother and I, we lived in a, I'm pretty sure my sister wasn't born yet, but we lived in a trailer. And in that trailer, we always had bunk beds. And then when my father built a house on the same property, we had bunk beds then as well. But I had, of course, I was the oldest by a year and something. A year and 2 months, I was the oldest. My brother was a year and 2 months younger than me. Still is. And I fell from the bunk bed. I was probably about 4 years old, I'm guessing. Fell from the bunk bed, landed on top of my head onto a metal vent that was in a trailer for the heat to come up, and I left ridges in my head. But I didn't break my neck. It hurt like hell. I woke up crying. I remember my parents coming in. What's wrong? What's wrong? I fell in. But I had this big bump on my head. I know some of you are going to say that's what happened to him. But whatever. That's what happened on that night. So I fell on my head, but I didn't break my neck or nothing. It was a pretty high bunk bed. So, but I survived the fall. I never fell on my bunk bed again since, but it was just that one time I fell out on top of my head. So I think a guardian angel was looking out for me a little bit because I didn't break my neck. Okay, I didn't poke my eye out. So I think I was being looked after a little bit there. To go on with the following situation, I guess I could tell one more story on this video, and then I'll do a couple other parts, a couple other stories. So, besides that, my first other real life experience, of falling, I was probably, see, how old was I then? Children. And anybody, this is for anybody, anybody's grandchildren, anybody's children, or anybody. But, so, I think my next one was my parents decided they were going to go berry picking. My brother and I were with them, and we were, exact location doesn't matter. We were berry picking, and we weren't picking berries because it was too boring for us. So there was a bunch of huge pine trees. And we were little monkeys back then. Huge pine trees, and so we were climbing these pine trees and jumping from tree to tree, just like monkeys. I mean, way up there. Well, anyway, we were jumping from tree to tree, grabbing on branches. It was fun as hell. We used to do that all the time. Well, anyway, I jumped from tree to tree. I was up way up high. And I landed on a branch. Must have been too thin. It was still green. It wasn't a dead branch. So every time I've ever landed on a green branch, it supported my weight. I was just a little kid. I didn't weigh much. And I jumped on it, and the branch snapped. And when that branch snapped, down I went. Falling. And I landed on my back, just like the dreams I used to have. Landed on my back on the lower branches. And it was like a whoosh, 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 whoosh. It was the softest landing you could imagine. I didn't even get a bruise. And I fell for quite a distance from that tree. I landed on the lower branches, and it was like I landed in a bed of pillows. My guardian angel was looking out for me then. It was awesome. I mean, then I got out of the tree. I was scared. My brother was scared for me, but it was like someone just caught me in their arms. It was very lucky. So anyway, these are the stories of falling I wanted to tell you so far. There's going to be a part 1, part 2, part 3 to this series with falling and guardian angels. So I hope to Hope to see you again with some weird but true stories of Grandpa, of what happened to him in his life. This first series of stories will be about falling. Alright, we'll catch up with you soon. Have a good one, guys.
Well, thank you for watching my video to the end. Well, since you did, I'd like to ask you to subscribe, like, and share if you like this video. You never know what's going to be happening next, so stay tuned. Check back with me and see what's going on. I'll try to post a video once or twice a week to see what he's up to now. All right. Have a great day. Thank you very much.